So we're about ready to get back started. Let me plug up my microphone, put my gloves on, and we'll get a move on here. Microphone! I'm so glad I didn't try and just cowboy it through here. That would have been a pretty significant crash. There were so many ruts on that side, it was unreal. Let's see if I can cowboy it out of here though. Going the other way. Maybe up here, that looks pretty clear. Oh yeah. Easy. How do I spell relief? Why is there a P in relief? That's just weird, man. Relief don't have a P in it. Relief don't have a P in it. I think maybe it does. I think maybe relief has a P in it. I just fixed my microphone position. It was kind of awkwardly placed through the beginning of the ride. I'm hoping I at least got some of my video logging done. Happy holidays. Happy holidays are not sad holidays because they're happy. My holidays are really happy. I have 4 kids. I've got a granddaughter now. Got a beautiful wife, happily married. I don't drink too much. That's not to say life isn't without its trials for me, but I would say I'm a typically pretty happy guy. I mean, I got an Ariel Rider X class. What's there not to be happy about? Woo! Nah, it's more to it than that. Man, I am glad I have this bicycle. Let me tell you, this was the missing link. Get some physical activity in between all my sitting down at a keyboard and mouse all damn day. Granted, I was already doing phone. No, actually, I was e-biking before I started foam fighting. So that'd be a fib. In a way, e-biking got me in the foam fighting because I rolled up at Westlands Park about a year and a half ago, and I see all these guys fighting with foam swords and stuff, and I'm like, I want to try that. They're like, okay. Before I know it, I'm at some weird ceremony and being abducted into their group. I think my kickstand might be down. Nope, it's not. And then before I know it, after that, I'm an officer, and I'm actually learning some skills about medieval fighting. I'm not bad. I'm not good either. Intermediate. I'm intermediate at most of the things I don't focus in. I've been putting a little more focus on it this year after my toe got better, after cancer in my toe, and I was worried I'd never be able to fight again. And I'd never be able to e-bike again. You know, it kind of scares you into building your skill set a little more. I'm still kind of recovering from that stuff. I'm getting there. I actually have dropped 10 pounds since the Ariel Rider X class arrived, after my old e-bike bit it. My old e-bike gave up the ghost, and I could have just bought a conversion kit for it, but honestly the parts had a lot of wear, and it wasn't treated typically well. Like, that was my learning bike, and tons of crashes on that one. Probably more on that one than this one, although I have had 2 pretty nice crashes on this one so far. But this bike really doesn't have as much power behind the cranks as my old bike did. I might switch up to a 52 tooth eventually. I think a 52 tooth chain ring would do this bicycle a lot of good. Comment if you think that's the way to go, all 5 of my subscribers. But no, a 52 chain ring, because honestly, like, I can turn down my pedal assist. I just did, and we'll ride like that for a while. And it is a little more exercise. It slows down the pedaling ratio, but I only get like 14 on pedal assist 2. And granted, that's pretty quick for a bicycle ride. Honestly, your average bicyclist will get maybe 12.5 miles per hour average on their trip. So, I mean, that's about right. 14, 15 top speed, pedal assist 2. But this is not really a bicycle, and I'm not in England. I'm not in the UK. We've got a little different rules here where I can go a little faster. However, this makes the chainring feel right. Going at pedal assist 2, which is 2 of 9. 2 of 9. That feels like it's right for 7th gear on my Shimano Altus. And that's a little bit of a problem because I've got 7 more stinking gears ahead of that. So I mean, like this hill, I don't know. And that's the thing too, is I am kind of bad about switching gears. So to play devil's advocate here, if I had that giant chain ring, I'd just keep it up in the highest cog, or the lowest gear all of the time. Or highest gear rather. Lowest cog, sorry. Reversing my noodle. But you get what I'm saying. And then going up these hills would be that much more of a struggle whenever I try something stupid, which honestly, that's all just impulse. I see something, I'm like, I want to do that, and then I do it before I know what's going on, which I love. It's like, out here on the bicycle, I get to be a lot more extroverted than I am in my regular life, to a certain degree. You know, I think that this camera keeps on slipping one way or the other. And I'm going to pause to adjust it. What we're going to do is we're going to slide it more towards the thicker portion of the handlebar, and then try and tighten it down and see what that does for us. Man, it will barely go that direction. We'll tighten it down after getting the tilt I want on it, because that's not it, I don't think. I think I'd rather have it up high and then kind of adjust the other thing down like that, and that probably is significantly better. That's the hope. Get away from blurry wire video. I dropped my glove. Very bad etiquette on my part. I'm pausing on a trail, but there's nobody out here. Here we go, pedal assist 2 some more. So, man, that's so easy. I do ride a regular bicycle sometimes, not often. I own one. I own a regular bicycle. I don't necessarily ride it. But when I do ride it, it's just, you have to be a lot more cognizant about what gear you're stopping and going in, so you can get a little force under the pedals. And this is the trail I actually do on my regular bike, so it's the same distance that I've gone so far. It's just a lot more work. And at 46 years old, what am I trying to prove? Who knows, you know, that's probably a bad attitude. Comment on that. Like, is 46 old? Like, granted, I have had cancer and I lost a toe. And my arm is fucked up. My right arm is like been completely broken, and it's a little misshapen, believe it or not. It won't extend all the way. So, I mean, I've been through some stuff, right? But I'm only 46. So, should I be aiming for a better form of physicality for myself at this age? Or do you guys think light exercise and that's enough? Or do I need to be like all that I can be? For what purpose? Be all that I can be to spend less time with children. Remember earlier on in the video, or in the last video, I stated how important I think it is to spend time with kids, and with your own kids, and with family. So, you know, with that physicality I'm trying to build up, or that I'm imagining right now, thinking about building up, would that take away too much time from my real life, so to speak? I could probably just do, like, set a limit, like an hour at the gym. But that's an hour away from the bicycle. In order to do what? In order to ride different bicycles. I've got a seating problem. The wire that I use for my lock decided to hop up on the seat. That last little bunny hop. So I'll be stopping here in just a second. Try and get that under control. Anything that can misbehave will misbehave on a bicycle. If you think it's going to get out of place, or even if you don't think it's going to get out of place, eventually it's going to get out of place because it's a bicycle. It's what happens. The best thing you can do is stop, make the adjustments you need to make, then get back on your bicycle and keep going. Sometimes they take a while and sometimes they don't. But it's always worth it instead of getting in some dumb situation. Whew. The other day there was a whole bunch of cafeteria trays out here, and I actually called my wife. I'm like, do we need a crap load of cafeteria trays? But it looks like somebody came and claimed them all, which is good. She was like, no, we don't need a bunch of cafeteria trays. Why would we? Okay. Just asking, because there's a bunch of just because it's there doesn't mean we need it. Okay. Tree fell over the fence over there. Target fixation? Or does he know what he's doing? Who knows? Who knows what's going on? Sleeping bag over there. Somebody was doing some stealth camping. They should have picked up their sleeping bag when they were done, though. That's stupid. Stealth camp in Evansville, Indiana. Brilliant. You know, I actually do enjoy pedal assist 2 more than 3, kinda. I think it depends on my mood. Today I'm liking 2. I'd say anything about 3 though, and I run out of pedal. And to me, the Ariel Rider X Class, like Bolton e-bikes just did a video, like recently. He was showing 3 cafe style racers, and one was from Saunders, one was the Cheetah, and one was his own build. So this is Bolton e-bikes. I don't know if you follow them. And he was talking about how they're not really bicycles. And I agree and I disagree. Like, I did manage to get my seat back on this X Class, 1 notch, so I set it back 2 bolts. Or, you know, I set it back off of the first 2 bolts to the next set. And I am using a bracket, although I'm not sure I had to, because the seat is pretty sturdy on just 2 back bolts. But after I did that, I got a lot better extension on the pedals. And my ass doesn't hurt after 10 miles anymore. Like on my other e-bike, no matter, I tried 4 different saddles on my old e-bike, 4 different bicycle seats, okay, and no difference, like every single time. And I was riding every day. I put 4,000 miles on that e-bike in a year. So I mean, I know other people have done more than that. I'm not saying I set a world record. No, what I'm saying is 4,000 miles is a lot, in my opinion. So 4,000 miles in 365 days on my last e-bike on a damn bicycle seat. And I'll tell you, I had problems with my back. I had problems with my butt. I had problems, and it had full suspension. Now this was the Raton Fat Bear Pro. Not a bad e-bike. I'm not saying don't get that e-bike because it'll tear up your butt and your back. It's not what I'm saying at all. It had nice suspension. It was very nice suspension. So I'm not downing the bike. What I'm downing on is the fact that for some people, probably not everybody, but for me, I even tried a freaking moon saddle. Look that up. See what that is. So I tried everything, okay, on a regular bike. And nothing worked for me. On this Ariel Rider X Class, I go home after 30 miles, and I feel fine. Like there's no pain at all. And I've got good pedal extension. So I mean, granted, in his experience, he's probably right. For him, or for many riders, probably the majority of riders, he's correct about. Probably most. I would say he's right about 75% of the people out there. He made a 75% video. But what I am saying is that for me, the cafe style bike, even pedaling, is by far more comfortable. By far more comfortable. I've got good pedal extension. I mean, honestly, I'm thinking about moving up to a 52 chain ring. That's how good my pedal extension is. I don't feel like I'm too far away from the handlebars. I'm not locking my elbows. I'm about 5'10" and a half in height, so I'm not really a super tall person either. I just think that for me, the Ariel Rider X Class is a lot better pedal bike than a normal pedal bike. Maybe I should have tried a banana seat. Got me one of those old-fashioned 70s banana seats on my last e-bike. I don't know, but it killed me. And this one does not. So, very happy. And I don't have a custom seat. I'm actually worried if I got a custom seat, it might injure the ride quality. So I'm not doing that. Very happy with the Ariel Rider X Class seat. Actually, I was kind of disappointed it didn't come with a long saddle and that they're sold out. And I was really, I was bummed out about it. I'm like, man, I really would have liked the long saddle. But now I'm worried, even if I got an Ariel Rider X Class long saddle, it might not be as good of a ride as this because the slope of the seat would change. And I'm happy. So why would I try and not be happy? So if I want to take someone with me on a bike ride, sorry dude, we're going to go on the tandem for about 10 miles because that's all my butt can handle. And then when we're done, we're done. So definitely a 75%er video by Bolton e-bikes. I would say that if you've been riding bikes, and I was a paper boy, and I never thought twice about, I guess because I was young, it didn't hurt me so much, and I didn't weigh 230 pounds. But now that I do weigh 230 pounds and I'm a full-grown person, the Cafe Racer style is definitely so much better on my back, on my spine. It's just all around better. And after moving my seat back, I can actually get up on my pedals easier too. I can actually stand up. I don't know if You guys can't see my shadow right now, but it's just such a better ride. As you can tell, I'm on the street, and on the street, typically, I do go full throttle. So, I'm still talking about pedaling, even though I'm throttling down the road. Ooh, I changed the way my battery meter reads. And before, it would stick on 5 bars forever. And I changed over in my computer to 48 volts. And I'm giving that a go. And now it's reading 4 at the moment, which seems pretty accurate. I'm on 2 batteries. And using a battery blender by Spark CycleWorks. So that seemed pretty accurate with the voltage drag. It showing 4 on the display for a second. It's back up to 5 now. However, how I calibrate that is I always look at my top battery and see how much it has left. And it still shows 4. So that's pretty, you know, I've been out here for a while now. And that seems pretty accurate. So hopefully as my batteries go down and charge, my battery meter up on my dash will also go down and charge. But we'll see what happens. But currently my top battery still shows 4, which means probably my bottom battery still shows 4. Yep, I believe that's true. Unless my top battery's off by some weird coincidence, but I don't think so. I don't even know if you can check the charge if it was turned off. Here we go. That's the beautiful thing too right there, is that I can always turn off the top battery and leave it in reserve if I so desired. I'm not actually bound to 2 bicycle batteries. I can take the top battery off completely and ride around, and that's fine too. But with them both on, it halves the voltage drag from each battery, and it really does increase performance on the bike. I did a Burdett Hill test video that I believe I posted, and yeah, with the battery blender, I'm getting much more performance. I think though, if you don't have hills, like Seminole Rider, don't be pressured into getting 2 batteries, because if you're in Florida, what hill are you climbing? What hill are you climbing? Your battery's never going to experience, you know, too awfully much voltage drag, because you just don't have hills, or it's going to be infrequent in comparison. So, like, I guess it depends on where you live, but where I live, there's a few pretty significant hills. So a second battery and the battery blender will definitely increase your performance if you live in a hilly area. Here we go. I might try and split this up into a few shorter videos, actually put some effort into my editing, and see if I can split this up into more interesting content. Try and like make different tags for different portions of the ride, because in my mind this is a video log, right? You turn on your video, you go and you talk, and you don't care whether anyone's interested in your